LeBron, how did you guys try to respond once it was clear that AD wasn't going to be able to return to the game?
Next man up, but that's a tall task, figuratively and literally, for what AD has been doing for us over the last few weeks. So I thought Thomas came in and gave us some great minutes. He was high energy, worked the glass really well, but it was tough for us. Once AD went out, we had to kind of switch up our whole game plan. From what we were going to try to do, and but we gave as much as we could. Had a couple opportunities in the fourth, but they broke away with it.
Obviously, the way you guys started this trip, you don't want to lose any game, but it allows you to withstand something like tonight and still have a successful trip. But if AD has to miss some time, what's the best method to get back in the winning?
Well, it's
column?
next man up. That's what the team is for, and obviously you can't replace AD, so everyone has to do a little bit more, but do their job at the highest level or the highest capacity they can do it and live with the results.
He's been doing so much these last 9 games, but what's the when he goes out? What is this is what we need to shore up? Everybody, you did it on the glass, but is it rebounding? Is it defense at the rim? What do you miss most when he's not?
A little bit of everything. He's giving us everything, both scoring, defense, obviously rebounding, blocking shots around the rim, length. Obviously our length goes away. When you have a guy that's 6'11" with a 7'5", 7'6" wingspan, 7'7" wingspan. It's hard to can't match that.
Do you feel like Mitchell was able to do a little bit more of what he wanted to do because he was there?
Mitchell is he's Mitchell. He did a great job of penetrating our gaps, making some tough shots all night and getting to a real good comfort. But he's a special kid.
Obviously the fourth quarter got away from you guys, but up until that point, especially when you guys were tied at 92, is that something that even in the loss, even with the result, that's something you can dig out of this game and maybe speaks to the character?
No. We're not a young ball club. We lost and we move on.
And sort of taking aside, this game, what's it like to kind of see a Cleveland team and in Donovan, a star here has them competitive and has this building full of energy?
Well, they were competitive before Donovan got here, but I thought, them adding him made them even more dynamic. If you watched them last year, you saw how competitive they were as well. I think when some of their guys got injured towards the end of the season, they slipped a little bit and ended up in the playing game, but they were a good team last year. You add an all-star, NBA all-star, a dynamic wing, or dynamic guard, like Donovan is going to automatically make your team better. So,
Joe?
You've been back here a bunch of times and celebrated a bunch of times. Video tributes, standing ovations, this one, not the standing ovation part, but the video tribute. Did this one catch you off guard at all tonight? Surprise you at all?
Yeah, a little bit. There's always love coming back here. Obviously, the memories that I have here will never be forgotten. From the time I was drafted as an 18-year-old kid to the time I left, and then left. So, the reception I got from the fans here is mutual. That's for sure.
And you may have talked about it with these guys over the last couple of weeks, but the way that Anthony's been playing lately, and then the way that you've kind of been playing off him almost, was that your plan or the plan all the way back when you first acquired Anthony?
Yep.
Why do you think it's happening now, this way?
Just timing.
We have time for 2 more. We'll take the show here and with Branson.
LeBron, going off of Joe's question, you've been in this building, this is your building. Have you ever heard it as an opponent like that? Have you ever been around an environment like this as an opponent, Steve?
As far as what?
As far as the energy, as a Cavalier, you've experienced that environment, but as an opponent, have you ever experienced it?
On the positive side.
Yeah.
On the positive side, yeah. But I've been in here on the negative side when the energy was crazy too. But on the positive side, it was great. But that's what come on, that's what Cleveland sports is all about. From the Guardians to the Browns to the Cavs. the fans, they're going to always support and be loud, and that's what they do. So nothing else. I wouldn't expect anything less of that.
LeBron, with the challenges at urban schools, particularly Glenville, they won the state title.
Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations to Glenville. That was amazing.
What do you think that could do for other urban schools as far as believing that they can win the state?
I mean, it just brings so much awareness, one. I think that's amazing when you can get a school like Glenville that can win a state championship. It allows a lot of the inner city kids, for one, to feel like they can go there and win as well and be seen and be heard. So it gives a lot of credit to that. I think it's pretty special. I think it's pretty special. And I got a couple friends of mine that actually went to Glenville years and years and years and years ago. But that's from that community, and they were extremely excited. And Coach Ginn is always, he's a friend of ours, and obviously his son Teddy Ginn is a friend of ours. And so just seeing the success that they had and make that run and be able to bring a state championship back to the city, to the inner city, it brings a lot to not only to the sports side of the inner city, but also just to the community in general.
Thanks, OJ.
Yep.